Today, we're going to talk about Erika Kirk, the wife of Charlie Kirk. Over the past few months, Erika Kirk has been constantly visible in front of the camera.
That man. That young man. I forgive him.
And the way she has handled this entire situation has felt unusual to a lot of people. Especially considering what the world has been going through and what her family has experienced. Before we go any further, let's make one thing very clear. This discussion is not about political opinions or political positions. This is not about supporting or opposing any ideology. What we're talking about here is something very specific, the way a wife has presented herself publicly after a tragic loss, and how that presentation is being perceived by the public and the media. Now, by this point, you've probably seen Charlie Kirk's name multiple times on your feed. He was a well-known American political activist. Sadly, earlier this year, in September, Charlie Kirk was shot and killed. Again, this conversation is not about politics. It's about grief, public behavior, responsibility, and perception. Charlie's wife is Erika Kirk. And yes, everyone grieves differently, that is something we all understand and respect. But at the same time, context matters. Charlie Kirk was the founder of Turning Point USA, an organization worth millions of dollars. After his death, Erika made the decision to step forward and take control of that organization, to hold that position and run the companies and foundations connected to it. And once you choose to step into that role, it becomes inevitable that people will ask questions. When controversies start appearing online about the organization, people expect logical, transparent answers. We'll talk about those controversies in a moment. But first, let's understand why Erika's behavior has struck so many people as strange. Charlie Kirk passed away on September 10, 2025. And shockingly, on the very day of his funeral, Erika, for reasons many people couldn't understand, posted a clip on social media. People were confused. Why was she active on social media at that exact moment? Why was something being posted at all? Even if you assume that someone from her team posted it, the question still remains, why? And let's be clear, this wasn't happening weeks later. This wasn't after a long period of silence. This started within days of the shooting. On September 13th, Erika gave her first public speech. She stood beside Charlie's empty chair and expressed her emotions. She spoke about Charlie first, and then made a bold promise that she would take Turning Point USA to heights the nation had never seen before. Turning Point USA, for those who don't know, is an NGO that promotes conservative political values. It strongly supports traditional ideas, concepts like the traditional wife, embracing femininity, rejecting modern relationship culture, and emphasizing clearly defined roles for husbands and wives after marriage. During that speech, Erika also publicly thanked several high-profile political figures. She thanked Vice President Vance and his wife Usha, and she thanked President Trump and his family. She even said, "Mr. President, my husband loved you." She also shared a powerful statement, that whoever believed Charlie's mission had ended with his death was mistaken. A few days later, on September 2, 2025, Charlie Kirk's memorial took place. Erika's interactions with Donald Trump and J.D. Vance during the event went viral, not because they were inspiring, but because they felt awkward on both sides. People started asking questions. Why does this feel uncomfortable? Why does this interaction seem forced? During her speech that day, Erika said something that stood out. She stated that she forgives the person who killed her husband. Up to this point, many people gave her the benefit of the doubt. They assumed she was emotional, overwhelmed, and grieving. But then, not long after, Erika announced that she would officially become the CEO of Turning Point USA, continuing the organization her husband built. And this is where things became complicated. At the same time, serious allegations began surfacing against certain employees and individuals connected to the organization. Discussions around unethical behavior, including sexual misconduct allegations, started circulating publicly. Now, in large organizations, it's not unusual for issues to surface over time. What matters is how leadership responds once those issues come to light. That's where critics began raising concerns. One prominent commentator, Candace, questioned Turning Point USA directly. She asked, "Where are the millions of dollars in donations going? Why were new donations being solicited through platforms like GoFundMe, when the Kirk family already has a net worth in the millions?" Reports suggested that since September, the organization had raised hundreds of millions of dollars. To be clear, these questions were not personal attacks on Erika. They were concerns about transparency and accountability. What's happening behind the scenes? Why are individuals associated with the organization defending deeply troubling behavior? Why are people with questionable actions still connected to it? When Erika was asked directly about these concerns in an interview, her response was emotional. She said that people could criticize her personally all they wanted, but if anyone went after her family, that would not be acceptable. At first, people assumed she meant her children. But no one had said anything about her children at all. What Erika actually meant was something else entirely. She clarified that by family, she meant the Turning Point USA family and the Charlie Kirk Show family, essentially, followers, supporters, and members of the organization. She said, "Come after me, call me names, I don't care. But when you come after my family, my Turning Point USA family, my Charlie Kirk Show family, the people I love, that's not okay." But this argument doesn't really hold up. Charlie Kirk had millions of followers. You cannot realistically expect that every person associated with such a massive movement will be ethical, flawless, or free of wrongdoing. And if someone does something wrong, it is natural and necessary for the public to call it out. You cannot shield misconduct by labeling it family. Candace responded to this on her show, pointing out that this logic makes no sense. If allegations exist, people must be allowed to question them regardless of whether someone belongs to an organization. She also pointed out something important: Erika's response was emotional, not logical. At this stage, Erika is not just a grieving wife, she is the CEO of a powerful organization. And with that role comes responsibility. Candace even said that this situation highlights a broader societal issue, the stereotype that women cannot lead organizations because they respond emotionally instead of logically during critical discussions. And when you strip away the emotion from Erika's response, there was no real answer given to the questions at all. From September through December, Erika has remained consistently in front of cameras, through speeches, interviews, and public appearances, carefully crafting a public persona. There is no doubt that she is grieving. What happened to her is tragic and traumatic. But at the same time, there are clear signs of political positioning. In multiple speeches, Erika has repeatedly emphasized that Charlie was planning to run for office. That narrative keeps being reinforced. She even said at one point, "I don't want to replace my husband, but I see parts of him in J.D. Vance." Naturally, this raises expectations. If you are capable of leading a multi-million-dollar organization, then when questions arise, you cannot simply say, "Let me grieve." No one denies her grief. But choosing to stay constantly in the public eye recording everything feels unusual. Adding to this, Erika openly supports the concept of the traditional wife. She has made statements like, "The role of a woman is to be a wife and a mother. Your heart must fully belong to the home." In today's world, statements like this disappoint many people, especially because Erika herself built an impressive career before marriage. She worked in modeling, married later in life, and didn't follow many of the traditional expectations she now promotes. This creates a contradiction. Many of the values being preached are not values that were personally followed. And when people point this out, Erika becomes visibly upset, particularly with Candace, whom she strongly dislikes. Candace has spoken about her close friendship with Charlie Kirk. She shared that they communicated frequently through text messages, and that Charlie once hinted something bad might happen to him because he wasn't complying with powerful people. All of this deeply upsets Erika. At one point, she even said she would never forgive people discussing these topics. And that led viewers to ask an important question. If you were able to forgive the person who killed your husband just days after his death, why are you so angry at people who simply want answers? Charlie and Erika were married in May 2021. Charlie was 27 at the time, and Erika was 33, 6 years older. No one is age shaming here. The point is consistency. The organization promotes strict traditional values about marriage roles, age, and structure, yet those same standards were not personally followed. Erica made her own choices, on her own timeline, and that is perfectly fine. But then why impose these ideals on others? They may not say it directly, but through reels, speeches, and messaging, these ideas are being pushed indirectly in a way that feels like erasing social progress. And with that, we'll wrap up today's video. Let me know in the comments what you think about Erika Kirk. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, the link is in the description. If you found this video informative, please like and share it. And for more updates like this, subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching.